my channel. If you're new here, my name is Louise. I am proud mum to 2 adult children, Blossom, who doesn't live with us anymore, Corey, who does, and I've got 2 dogs, Chip and Dale, who are down here running around and stuff, so you'll probably hear some little footsteps at some point. So my channel is a haul every Saturday at 5 o'clock. I do things in between sometimes. Some weeks I manage it, some weeks I don't. Just so for people that are new here, I do have fibromyalgia, so the weekday things happen less often than I would like, purely because I'm so exhausted from work. I would like to put out more content, and hopefully at some point I will, but I mean, I did intend on doing one this week, but there's nothing up this week. So the hauls are a definite. I always manage them because it's my off day, so I can do it. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, don't forget to subscribe down below, give me a like, give me a comment, share, whatever you fancy. I enjoy reading all your comments. It does take me sometimes a little bit longer than others to comment back, but I usually get there in the end. My haul this week, I am on a £60 budget every week. We went to Asda and Iceland this week. Only got a few little bits and bobs in Iceland. It's a slightly different shop. I feel like I say that quite a lot. It's slightly different as in I didn't need any fresh food. I've got onions and potatoes left from 2 weeks ago, Easter weekend. I bought them. They're still good. I've got all my salad stuff, so I don't need any of that. I've still got some of those oranges I bought last week. Not a fan. I definitely prefer satsumas to just little, I don't even know what they call them, easy peelers, but they're not satsumas. There's a difference. I know some people can't tell, but I can tell when it comes to those. So I'm good for most of that. Our freezer's still full, so didn't really need a lot of my usual type things. So but I always explain it as I go along. I will try my best to keep up with prices, but I'm having to relearn all the prices because they're constantly changing at the moment. So if I do get some a little bit wrong, it'll only be pennies though. I'm good within a few pennies. So yeah, £60 budget. I spent 46 this week. I'd gone over my receipts and thought, gotta remember. I'm surprised I actually did remember. So 46 we spent. Not too bad, but when you actually look at what I got, I do feel like we are getting a lot less for our money. So as the weeks go on, if they carry on with these price hikes, you're gonna get like a 5-minute haul in the end, because that'll be all we can afford. But yeah, I feel we're gonna have to do some stock ups. I do need to go through my cupboards and look at what I've got, but I know I've been saying that for like, gotta be over a month. I've been saying I've got to go through my cupboard to figure out what I got, so I know what to stock up on, but never happens. So hopefully at some point that'll happen, and then we'll do a stock up haul. But for now, let's get on with our haul. This is the area where we would normally have the fresh food, but like I've mentioned, we don't have any this week. I got a hummus. I got my caramelised onion. I got the which one did I get last week? The red pepper, is it called? I think last week, because I usually get the caramelised onion. It's good, really good, but this is just my favourite one. Now I did do a comparison. Am I going to remember them? Okay, so all of the flavoured and non-flavoured hummuses in Asda are 79p. Now I have been in Tesco a couple of times. I've been trying to find toilet roll, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So I have been going in other shops and looking at prices and things. Now their hummus is actually 69p, so it's a saving of 10p, but only on the plain one. The flavoured ones are ridiculous. They're like £1.30 or £1.40 for the flavoured ones. So cheaper in Asda for flavoured, but cheaper in Tesco's for the non-flavoured, but I've not tried it, so I don't know on that one. I've got some Greek yogurts again. This is £1 for 4 packets. They last ages. Is 20th of May. You know, I don't get through a big tub at a time, so it's keeping the rest fresh. I'm going to do some yogurts and fruit this week. I'm trying to just change things up. The way I'm eating isn't working for me, so I've got to change things up a little bit, but I'm not sure where I'm going with it, so it's not something to discuss because I don't know myself yet. But I'm definitely thinking some Greek yogurt and fruit. Now this is the standard. I always have this one here. I will bulk buy when I do finally get through my freezer and figure out what space I have. £1.82 for 1.1 kilograms of chicken thighs. This is actually for the dogs. I do, for new viewers, cook my dogs' food. They do have dog meat about twice a week. That's usually on the crossover between finishing one pot worth of food, and then you need a certain amount of time, you know, to clean that up and cook the next one and debone it and cool it and all that sort of stuff. So they usually get about 5 days worth of home cooked food. We go in with the chicken thighs because it's the best price and they really enjoy it anyway. So this is just a standard one. Now I have been buying one 4-pinter. These are £1.25, one 4-pinter a week usually. Corey asked me to pick another one up because he wants milkshakes this week. We have milkshake powder in the house. And he didn't want to have to worry about, you know, making sure he leaves me enough for my coffees, or if we need enough for maybe possibly making a pasta bake or whatever. He just wanted to have one where he can just drink as much as he wants and not have to worry about it. So we got 2 of them this week. I got 1 spaghetti loops. These are 38p. These are my absolute favourite. I've mentioned this a few times before. And actually, very strangely enough, I did see I have a news app and it shows me just clips of things, and somebody had done a taste test on spaghetti loops and this one came out the best. So if you've not tried it, you might want to give it a go. 38p is a really, really good price as well. Now, I think this one's 85p. Slightly more expensive than I wanted to pay, but I really did fancy pineapple, and I'm not buying the fresh pineapple because I find when I have the fresh pineapple I get my lips and my tongue sting and swell very slightly. That's all I get from it, but tinned stuff I don't. So it's clearly something to do with the acidity in it, and I guess it dulls it down sitting in fruit juice. I don't know, but I'm thinking of that to go with the Greek yogurt. And they had olives this week. Now, I wanted olives last week. They had none, like any type. Green ones are my absolute favourite. So I got 2 of them whilst they had some stocks in. These are 60p a jar, which is a really good price. I love them. I go through phases of olives. I'll eat them for a few weeks and then I won't eat them for a few months. But yeah, really good, these ones. Don't actually need any veggie sausage. I actually do have this make in the freezer. I really enjoy the Richmond ones, but I don't know, I can't tell you what the original price is. There's 2 tickets on there. The top bit says £2. They're down to 74p, so just thought it's worth sitting in the freezer. Just get it while it's cheap. This is another item I got because it's cheap. Now, I've never actually tried the Asda and vegetable chow mein, but it just looks, this side looks crap because I looked at that side first, but this side looks really, really nice. And there's quite a lot of veggies in there. There's more of the veggies this side. But the sauce looks nice and a deep one as well. And that was reduced to 97p. And that's a meal, so that's a really good price. And yeah, I just wanted to try that one. I picked up a beer this week, £1.75 I think. This is the San Miguel. I like the San Miguel. That's the one you get when you go abroad most of the time, like Europe abroad. You'd get the San Miguel, and I enjoy that one. Just wanted it to be there for when I do fancy. You know, sometimes you just fancy a beer or something and it's not one of them things I would stock normally. So I just picked one of those up for that reason. I got 4 tins of beans. Now, the beans are either 33 or 35p for one can. Now they got, this was £1. It's now up to £1.10, but still a saving. Me and Corey both had beans on toast this week, so they don't last long, but they're cheap. It's a cheap meal. That's a good meal to have if you're on a budget, and it's so good, so versatile. Absolutely love these ones. I picked up the no sugar ones originally when I was recommended these, the slightly more expensive tin. Now the reason I do get the slightly more expensive, because you can get the cheaper ones, I think they're 20 something p, but it's the beans to juice ratio. Now when you open the cheap one, it's like half a tin of juice. This is not that way. This is a good ratio of beans to juice, so I would recommend paying a few more pennies for that reason with this one. Got another barbecue sauce. They're up to £1 now, and the stocks are very up and down. One week there'll be 1 tray and the next week there'll be nothing, so I just picked one up whilst they had some in. 69p for the orange juice. I actually saw I watch a lot of little random clips now. Somebody had frozen pure orange juice and they used it as the ice cubes and poured the wine over the top. And because I bought the wine the other week and I did have a glass whilst I was editing and really enjoyed it, it was really nice. So I thought if it's worth trying, I wanted to just give it a go. I think there's a name for that drink, orange juice and wine. But yeah, it just looked really nice. So I just got it for that reason. Don't know when I'll use it, but that stuff lasts, and if I freeze it, it's definitely going to last. 29p for the pasta. a lot of the shelves were sort of not doing so well, so I just thought I'll pick up another one whilst it's there. It's just to keep up the stocks. We're pretty good for pasta. I always have lots of pasta in the house, but Corey used to eat pasta like so regular, but he doesn't eat it as much anymore, so we don't need to buy it so often. But for that amount of pasta, we have 500 grams, 29p. Can't go wrong. I got Corey a Doritos. The tangy cheese one. Now normally I would buy the Asda's Own, because Asda's Own is very, very good in comparison, and it was 85p. I've not looked for a while because they've not had the cheesy one, so I don't know if it's gone up. Probably has, but I can't say because I haven't seen them, like I said. So I got him the Doritos one because they were actually on a deal for £1.25, which is good for the Doritos. Didn't get him a sauce with it because it used to be his treat, like every week he'd like a Doritos and a dip, but then they didn't have dips for a while, and then they did, so I got a big stock. So we got dips. He didn't even ask for these. He said not had them for a while, so I just thought it'd be one of them things can sit in the cupboard, and if he fancies some nachos or whatever, they're there just for that reason. A lot of the things I bought this week are for that reason. I did get some ready meals. Everything's out of whack this time. Normally I get to frozen and I do all the frozen in one section, but it's going to be a little bit different this week. I actually got down the stocks. Corey has his ready meals. He does night work, so he just likes to shove a ready meal in when because he eats completely different times to me. Everything's going to be changing in the next week though, because Corey's work is changing next week. So these are now 90p. They were 85p. They're up to 90p, but they're still pretty decent. This is the cheese and tomato pasta bake. Corey really enjoys that one. This is another one he really enjoys, the beef lasagna. He has tried the beef lasagna in Iceland, absolutely hates it, but this one, he really enjoys that one. I got toffee popcorn. I don't do popcorn that often. I was talking about popcorn at work with the girls, and I said, like, every time I think about it, I forget when I get into the shop. So they said they were going to remind me. They didn't, but I guess because of having that conversation, I remembered. I think these were 79p for this one, but I could be wrong on that one because I don't buy popcorn that often, and my memory is not that great, so I could be wrong on that one. These are now 60p. The Asda's Own bread. This is the soft white thick sliced one. Decent loaf of bread. We get it pretty much every week. If I do go into Tesco's, I would get the Tesco one instead if I get it on in Tesco on shopping day, because the Tesco one actually it's the same packaging and everything, but the bread just tastes a lot better. But this is still very, very good. Corey's Dr Peppers, yes, he cracked into it. As I've mentioned before, I have fibre. I do shop the day before I haul because I can't do it all in one day. I also shop on my work day, so I'm just too exhausted. But yeah, he's cracked into that. So that's £1.77 for one Dr Pepper, or they're still on a deal for two. They're still on a deal for £3 for two, which they've been on that deal for a long time. I got a couple of the lemonades again. They're still 10p. Randomly they have them on the shelf. They're 10p, and that's the reason I'm picking them up. This is the brand that I would get anyway. I would get the cheaper one. They were 17p before, but clearly with price hikes, if they were full price, they could be something different now. But this is a really, really good one. This is like the lemony lemonade. You know, you can get like a lemony lemonade and a sugary lemonade. This is the lemony one. Really good. They do overcarbonate. You have to be careful. Don't assume once you think you got the fizz gone that it's gone. Keep an eye on it, because sometimes it just suddenly goes over. The last bottle I opened actually did that as well. But because I knew, I caught it. Picked up some more dog biscuits for the dogs. Even though I cook them their meals, the evening meal, they do have the biscuits down during the day in case they get hungry. My dogs are not dogs that eat for the sake of it. I say that, but Dale now is eating for the sake of it, just not the dog biscuits. Anything else he can get his mouth around, he'll eat now, including going through my bin, which is new for him. So that's fun. So yeah, I picked this one because this is the soft chunks. One of my dogs has got some missing teeth and he struggles a little bit, so I try and give him more soft things. £2.69 for that one. They do have two types. I purely picked this one up for Dale. Like I said, he's eating everything inside. These are quite hard sticks, but they were 30p. They were randomly on some random shelf, not even near the dog foods, but that was literally the only reason I picked them up. They're pretty good for dog treats and stuff. I never buy this sort of thing if I'm thinking of both my dogs. Like I said, one of them wouldn't be able to get through this, but they're quite hard sticks. Don't know if I've tried them before. Can't honestly remember. But yeah, that was just a bargain, so I got it. Deep pan meat feast. Normally I would get a thin crust for Corey because I get the pizzas mainly for Corey, but he did have a deep pan last week and he enjoyed it. So I thought I'd pick another one up because this is now £1. Were 90p last week before last, but £1 now, still cheaper than getting the thin crust, which is just very strange to me. Corey specifically asked for this as well. Cookie dough ice cream, the Ben & Jerry's one. It's his favourite out of all the Ben & Jerry's. He would always go for the cookie dough one. £3.50 for that, which is actually, I think it's full price at £3.50 now. It didn't say it was a reduced price, but I'm sure they were more expensive than that before. Now I had to go back to Asda's and toilet roll. As you know, I like the Tesco's ones. I've been going in and out of the shop all week. My stocks of toilet roll are completely down. I used to just shop literally as I needed it. But then with lockdowns I went on to shopping weekly and I've stuck to it. I've been neglecting the toilet roll situation and we're desperate. So I thought I'd give this a go because I've not had it for a long time. I used to get it when they were 12 packs. But I did check out the measurements on the back, how much you get. This was a good deal. It was £1.96 or £1.98 for 6 of them, but they've doubled the rolls. It used to be, that's what 12 would have been, as it says it there anyway. Yeah, but like I said, I enjoy the Tesco ones. They've just not had them in mine. I don't know if they've just quit making them, but it's been a long time. But we'll see. That's the only reason I got one. Normally I buy 2 because I have an upstairs and downstairs toilet. But I just want to test that one out before I decide whether I'm committing to it. Peas. Now I can't remember the price on this one. I feel like they were 70 or 80p. This is actually for the dogs, amount of peas. I put peas in their meal every week because they enjoy the peas and they're very good for the dogs. So I always put the peas in. Anyway, we're still good with all the other veggies. I didn't need to replace any of those yet. So that's for the dogs. When I say it's for the dogs, you know, if I fancy peas, I'm going to have some too. It's not just for the dogs. Got some Magnums, which I cracked into. They are very nice. This is the double gold caramel billionaire one. I really enjoyed that one actually. And they are on a deal for £3 at the moment. What Corey's chicken dipper thing is, when he has a ready meal, when he has a ready meal, he always puts it on a plate and then he has something stuck by the side. It'll either be like a few chips or a few chicken dippers or nuggets or whatever it is. These are 70 in the packet and they're a 1.275 kilogram for £3.75. I've mentioned this before. If you want to go and get these, make sure you're getting the right one because they do have the chicken dippers and they have chicken nuggets and things like that, all in the same packaging. So don't just grab the black one because the other ones are a lot less weight and more money, so you've got to pay attention to it if that's the deal you're looking for. And I picked up some gloves because I'm into gardening at the moment. Got quite a few things on the go, quite excited about that. I'll have to do a video. I'll try my best to get one up this week and update you on things. Now this is the garden gloves. They're called rigger gloves. They're really thick because I've got a lot of nettles and weeds I've got to pull up. And my gloves just not going to do it because like the slightest little thing and it goes straight through the gloves I've got. These were £3. I'm guessing that's about average. I've noticed the price of the gardening tools are way more expensive than when I originally bought mine. But £3, it's not... It's going to save my hands, so we'll go with that. That was all Asda and Iceland. I actually went in looking for this. I went in looking for that last week and they didn't have it, but they had it in again this week. So all these ready meals are £1 each. The cheesy beans and sausage one, oh my god. When Corey makes this one, it looks so good. I really should have picked one up for myself. This looks so good when it's cooked. It smells lovely. I bought this one for the first time for Corey last week, I believe it was, or the week before, something like that. Really enjoyed that one, the chicken stew and dumplings. He asked for it again because it was so good. And the bangers and mash, he really enjoyed that one as well. So they all get a thumbs up from Corey. And you know, when you're in the shop, you've got to look at the reduced bit. And I found these. Says it was £2, now £1, but actually reduced to 50p. They're just, what does it say? Dutch pancakes. Delicious with chocolate sauce, ice cream, or just on their own, either hot or cold. So they're like mini pancakes. And as soon as I saw them, I just, oh my god. You know when your mouth starts watering? That's what happened. 50p, that's why I got it. This was another thing that I got purely for 50p, steak slices. Now Corey's not sure he's going to enjoy them or not. He says normally the pre-cooked ones he doesn't enjoy, but for 50p he'll give it a go. Yep, that was the only reason I picked those up, was because of that deal. That was the shop this week. Like I said, that was £46 for that little lot, so it's not terrible. I got some decent bits out of it. A few bits to stock up. I hope the prices help a little bit. Some of the deals maybe helped a little bit. You know, you can compare it to if you shop in different shops. The store was, it wasn't empty, but stocks were really low. It wasn't like huge gaps of shelves empty, but it wasn't very good. I don't know if it was just the time of day or whatever, I'm not sure, but it wasn't great this week, as in the stocks were pretty low on most things. As you see, forgot to mention, normally I'd get crisps, couldn't get any of the crisps that I wanted to get, so the crisp stock are low, which for me is traumatic because I'm a crispy. I will have to go out and buy crisps this week. I know I will, because I can't go without crisps. But oil is a thing. Vegetable, like cooking oils, all the shelves were completely out. I know that I've read that there is an issue. I think it's to do with Ukraine and stocks from there or something. And I know that a lot of shops are now doing a limit, a customer limit of 2 or 3 of them. I don't know if this is like real, or if they're just freaking us out and getting oil sales up. Who knows, really? I mean, you know, how many people hear on the news, oh, we're not going to be able to get this in store, and then the first thing they do is rush up to the shop and buy it. I mean, I know I'd heard about the oil crisis a week before the stocks went down in the shop, so who knows if it's real or if it's just people going nuts for it. So, you know, there was like maybe 1 or 2 bottles of sunflower oil, I think it was. I don't really cook with oil that often, so I'm not going to buy it just because everyone's freaking out. I'll buy one when I need it. Yeah, so that's it. That's another week done. I hope you enjoyed the haul. I hope it helped a little bit. And I hope you're having a lovely day. It's Saturday, isn't it? So hopefully you've had a chilled day if you're not working. If you was working, I hope it went as well as work can go. And the sun is out in England. It's a little bit chilly. I hope it's going to warm up later on. It'd be nice to sit in the garden, get some vitamin D. And yeah, I'm going to stop talking now. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.